All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Big Mike TV, and today we're going to be chatting with IFBB Pro Mindy Muylaert, and she's going to take me through one of her favorite shoulder workouts. So what do you have in mind? First of all, welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me.
I'm a little worried you're going to kick my ass today.
Not a chance.
So I'm thinking like shoulders.
Sounds good.
You got like do you want to start off with one of your favorites?
Yeah, we'll start off with some military presses.
Yeah.
Get a little warm up.
Yeah, let's warm up, and then you just guide me through, and
okay.
I'll see if I can keep up to you.
Okay, good luck.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we'll get a little bit of warm up in with the bar, yeah?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, like, how long have you been training? Because I mean, clearly, to get to the pro status, right, it takes quite a number of years, yeah?
I started seriously weight training just shy of my 40th birthday.
Well, you gotta be kidding.
Not at all. Oh, that's kind of when I did my first show, and it was actually Stephanie's.
You've only been training for...
Like hardcore,
Yeah.
so about almost 9 years. What got me going was I had just had my second child. So I was on mat leave, I think, or maybe I just went back to work. I can't even remember his exact age, but I remember not having, because I had my first, not having that body that I used to have.
That the spark that sort of like said, hey,
that's what ignited me. And I thought to myself, I remember driving home, and I thought to myself, I'm just gonna dedicate 4 weeks. Just 4 weeks, clean up my diet, get back into the gym, I would go on Pinterest. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make up my own program. Because I didn't have a coach or anything. Yeah. And then I created like my own little program, and for 4 weeks, that's how I kind of started. And I remember specifically, I was working out at the time at the Y on Sunningdale, excuse me. And a gentleman came up and he's like, are you training for a show? And I was like, a show? Like, I had no idea what he was talking about.
What's a show?
What show? And I was like, tell me, where is it? But he had said to me, oh, you look like you're maybe training for some bodybuilding show. And I was like, oh my gosh, no.
That's quite a compliment.
Right? I was like, oh, thanks, right? Because it had only been 4 weeks. And I went home and I told my husband. And I had said to him, you'll never believe what this guy said to me at the gym. And he's like, but you know you could do that, right? You have the shape to do it.
No kidding.
And it is so funny because you interviewed her not that long ago, Rita Catalino.
Yeah.
So she's a friend, and I happened to say to her, I tell her the story. She's like, you should do it, and I'll train you.
That's awesome.
And then
Is that right? Is that how you guys got it?
That's how it all started. Yeah. She trained me for my first show, which was Stephanie's show, and Stephanie's a good friend of mine, and it's an awesome show, and it's a great show for your first time. So yeah, that was my first show, and then the rest is history.
That is cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I better get a warm-up set in there before everybody starts cooling down here. So let's just start off with a couple little guys here. No showing off here today. So, all right, what are we doing? 10, 12?
I think I did 12. I don't know. So I'm kind of curious myself as to what got you into bodybuilding, lifting.
What got me into lifting, my dad actually took me to the gym for the first time. I think I was 14. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I think I grew up playing like team sports, but I was just more of an individual guy. So if I was gonna let anybody down, it was gonna be me. So it's kind of easier. So I just continued with it all through high school, and I treated myself like an actual bodybuilder, but I had no thoughts of competing, I think, more than anything, though. And I think you'll agree too, I proved to myself that not only could I discipline myself to be able to have that type of success, but it spilled over in all other areas of my life. So
absolutely.
To have that confidence to like, you can set your mind to something and actually do something with it.
It's great, like even for myself, me committing to that, and obviously I got addicted to the whole process, and I love a challenge. I also hate to lose, so I kept losing, and I'm like, no, I need to win, right? I won the overall in the 35 plus, so it was you know, there's
might
like
be
girls that are
competing
10
with-
years younger than
was
me,
just gonna-
right?
I was gonna say,
more
like-
than, and I like
That's gratifying.
It is very gratifying because I'm a mom. I have 2 boys. I work. Like, it's a lot to juggle everything. If you want something bad enough, you literally will make it work.
Absolutely.
And I've always kind of been that way. If I want something, I'll get it.
Good for you.
So, yeah.
Good for you. All right, let's get another set in there. So let's peel these off. Okay, so what are we going to hit next? What is on
Some laterals?
your routine? Love it. One of my
Okay.
favorites.
Okay.
Do you have a specific?
Do you ever do run the rack?
You mean working down like drop sets?
So you'll start light to your heaviest and then come back down.
Ooh, that's a new one for me.
It's a burner.
Okay.
It's one of Adam, my coach,
Mhm.
his favorite. I actually hate it, but it's a great burn.
Usually, what we hate the most works the most.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, let's hit it.
Okay.
You lead the way.
So I'm probably gonna lift a lot lighter than you. So I don't know if you want to grab your 3.
How many sets? So 3, like 3
So
different weights.
you're gonna have 3 different weights. So you want me to go first then?
Yeah, you hit it. Come on. Up. Up. Last one.
Oh.
Well done. Well done. Well done. Happened, right? Okay, what did you do? 10?
I did 12.
Okay.
That's why I told you not to go so heavy there, Hercules.
Good shot.
Told you to calm down.
Trying to show off. Not gonna pay off.
You can do it now. Keep going.
Fuck me.
I know. It's a good one. You can thank Adam Hedlund for this little exercise.
Hey, thanks, Adam. Thanks, Coach.
You know what? 5 pounds does feel heavy.
I'll make it look heavy.
Maybe you needed a couple pieces of carrot cake.
Like, what's your favorite body part? I should say to train.
It's interesting. I do love shoulders. Lately, I've been really into back. I just started deadlifting again. I think it's been maybe close to a year now.
Yeah.
I'd hurt my back and
Yeah.
I just went to lift the bar. I moved funny and
Right.
so I took it out of my program for quite some time and just started getting back into doing them again. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. To be completely honest, I never foreseen me ever
Kidding.
going to the Olympia stage. Like I just was happy to get my pro card. That was like the goal for me.
Awesome.
And I kind of never really looked beyond that. Really.
Something tells me you're gonna do it again.
I'll probably
Right?
do a pro
Yeah,
show.
let's see.
Maybe. I don't know. I flip flop. I'm like a fish.
Sure.
I can't make the decision. Like there's days where I'm like, yeah, I missed it and I want to do it. And then there's days I'm hungry and I'm like, no, thank you. For me as well, I do have 2 kids, and I was missing out on some stuff because I'm in it to win it. So I know people will say, but you can still go out for dinner with your family.
Yeah,
no,
you
you
can't.
cannot,
Right.
because it's torture,
Yeah.
right? So then you're missing out on family functions and stuff like that. So I just kind of, my kids are this age only once, and I just would like a little more time and enjoy. We had a great summer last summer, so I was really hoping to do that this summer.
Good for you. That's important. You have to have those things. I mean, we got all kinds of different priorities. It's just understanding where to actually
Exactly.
prioritize those certain things. So good for you.
And I hope that they're motivated by it as well.
I was just going to ask you, tell me your kids are not motivated and look up to mommy as being a strong mom, right?
Well, it's interesting because it was super cute. I do remember, like, my son came home one day, and I don't know if somebody said something about their mom, right? Like, well, my mom and my kids, like, yeah, well, my mom's an IFBB Pro. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And they're probably like, what is that?
Yeah, right?
But no,
Everybody
I'm
knows
sure
what it
they're
is.
proud, but like, they're still young, like they're doing their thing. They're not interested in the gym by any means.
Not yet.
Not yet. Hopefully, maybe one day, but absolutely not right now.
Right on. Well, listen, you got one more exercise that we'll finish up with.
Okay.
Yeah? Question, like what your best piece of advice would be for the average person or the mom out there who is trying to get in shape, maybe trying to get back in shape, and what's something that you can tell them to get them just to take action, take that step?
So I think a lot of the times what people do is they overwhelm themselves.
Yeah.
And they want to make 1,000 changes in a week.
Yep.
And then you can't sustain that. So I always say to everybody, it's baby steps.
One thing at a
slow
time.
and steady wins the race.
One thing at a
It's
time.
like little baby steps of changing your daily habits, and then slowly. You don't have to go to the gym every day. Even if
people
you
think
started 1 to 2 days a week
Sure.
and gradually work your way up, just try not to, overwhelm yourself and make so many changes that you can't sustain. Like those habits will eventually become habits that you have, like that you don't even know that they're habits. They're just what you do every
You become
day.
a completely different person too.
Yeah, like an easy thing too. Like I think when people think of cardio as well, they think, oh, I gotta, run on the treadmill and do 5 kilometers.
Oh.
You know what? Just take a half-hour walk after dinner. Just go with your partner. Be like, let's commit to each other every night after dinner. We take a 20-30 minute walk, and eventually that walk will become 35, 40, 45, and then you know what I mean. And then now you're doing it every day, and it just becomes so habit that you don't feel good unless you do it. I find I get I can engage here more.
Right there. Okay.
Do you feel it more, or?
I do actually. It almost feels more of a natural position than keeping your hands
Yeah.
open. This,
Yeah.
you're following that same plane of motion. So now what you're doing, you're rocking a little bit. You're just going straight
like-
back and up.
Yeah, like as if you're skiing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
After that first set, I can feel these kick right in.
Yeah. Burner.
That
right?
is an instant pump
Yeah.
off one set. Big time.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
You can thank Adam for that one too.
Oh boy. Well, Mindy, thanks so much for taking the time to be here on the channel. Still trying to catch my breath. Thanks for kicking my ass. I knew that this would happen. So I wish
Thank you.
all the best.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm sure we'll probably see each other around. It's a small world. Everybody kind of knows everybody sort of in this
Absolutely.
industry. Thanks again.
Thank
All right,
you.
it's been awesome.
Yeah.
I know we'll see each other again.
Yeah, thank you so much.